Now let us finish up with the concept of reconstitution. When we talk of reconstitution, we are all talking on the changing of the dosage form, in fact, from the powder to liquid formulation. So this is an addition of a diluent into a dry powder to make it a liquid. Mind you, this is quite different from dilution, because during dilution we are adding a diluent to reduce the concentration, while in reconstitution, when we add the diluent, we do not affect the concentration. The concentration does not drop unless there is an increase or unless you exceed the required amount of diluent. In fact, if you exceed the required amount of diluent, then the concentration shall drop. But under normal circumstances, there's no dropping of concentration during reconstitution, but it's only about the changing of the dosage form from dry powder to liquid. How do we do that? We need to have a dry powder, maybe a powder for suspension, and also we need to have the diluent. Thereafter, determine the amount of diluent. And in this, the manufacturer will tell you which kind of diluent to use. So before performing any kind of reconstitution, read the label from the manufacturer. He will instruct you the kind of diluent to use, the amount of diluent to use, and how to store the reconstituted solution, if it is for single use or not, and the resulting concentration. All those are found on the manufacturer's label. So let us check this example. You have the label which instructs you on ampicillin product and calls for addition of 70-80 ml of water to make 100 ml of constituted suspension, such that each 5 ml contains 125 milligrams of ampicillin. What is the volume occupied by dry powder and the total drug present? So if this was your bottle of ampicillin suspension, it has a total volume of 100 ml. Now, this 100 ml, before that it contained a dry powder for ampicillin. This means that if you happen to add 100 ml, this volume will exceed 100 ml because already there is a volume occupied by ampicillin powder. So we need to know the volume occupied by dry powder. Now, this prescription called for addition of 78 ml of water to make a total of 100. So volume occupied by dry powder, is obtained as follows. You take the total volume obtained after adding a diluent minus the amount of diluent added, then you'll get 22 ml, and this was the volume occupied by dry powder. So to know the total drug present, the total drug present can be obtained from the concentration obtained after reconstitution. Okay, what does the manufacturer's label say? The manufacturer's label states that after adding 78 ml of water, the resulting concentration will be 5 ml, will be such that 5 ml will contain 125 milligrams, which means after reconstitution, 5 ml will contain 125 mg. Okay, meaning that if we reconstitute to 100 ml, the resulting concentration is whenever a patient takes 5 ml of this suspension, automatically in it will have consumed 125 milligrams of ampicillin. So from here, if 5 ml contains 125 milligrams of ampicillin, which is our drug, then after completion of the whole drug or the whole volume, how much milligrams will he or she shall have consumed? Then this is 125 times 100 divided by 25 This is 2,500. This is 2,500 milligrams. That is the total amount of drug present. In simple ways, it means that after you had reconstituted the solution, the resulted concentration was 5 mils into 125 mg, meaning if a patient takes 5 mils, we have taken 125 milligrams. Now, if that is at once, what about completion of the whole drug? So after completion of the whole drug of 100 mils, he or she shall have consumed 2,500 milligrams of ampicillin drug. So thank you. That is all about pharmaceutical calculations in PST4. Let's meet in the next session on isotonicity and the like in PST5. I'm Laidan Babu, and this is PharmacyTZ.